vibrating and teething and stuff, or?
Yeah, he likes to jump on the furniture.
Oh.
He is really cute, so he's hard to resist.
I will call the meeting to order at 7:01. Geraldine should be joining us in a little bit. She had something to take care of with a conference call for a conference Zoom meeting, whatever, for her son's college. So she will join us when she is done. With that, I just attendance and appointment of alternates. I don't know if I know we're missing Geraldine, but I don't know if our alternate is on with us right now either. So, but we will go with what we have. So, do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Tom Talamini, I'll make the motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Is there a second?
Barbara Patano, I'll second.
Okay, all in favor? Oh, I got to do it personally. Yeah, I got to call each individual to do it. Okay, not used to that. Karen Christensen?
Yes.
Tom Lansner?
Yes.
Tom Talamini?
Yes.
Barbara Patano?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Approval of minutes from our regular meeting, June 17th, 2020. I don't know if I don't have a copy of it, and what I have here, I don't know if I'm missing where they went to.
Oh, so they're not in the package apparently.
No.
You know what? I don't think they were online, so maybe we should table that till next month.
Okay. All right. We will do that. Let's see here. Public participation. I don't know if we have any. Do you have any public participation? Seeing none. We'll go to communications, and Geraldine usually might have some, but I don't know if you have any, Amy.
I do not have any.
Okay, well, we're flying around through this one. Town financial reports. I looked over what we had. This is not final, correct?
This is nowhere close to final. We still haven't gotten the first payroll in July, which some of it goes back to last year, including the 27th payroll. We have not, the financials that I have with the Board of Ed line only has through April 30th. They have not inputted anything into Munis for May or June. So we had asked them to fill out an import file when they did check runs, and they said it would be easier to just put it into Munis themselves, but they have not done that. So their number through here is what we had in AccuFund as of April 30th before we brought it over. Let's see, obviously we're still getting a lot of bills. Anything that happened in the month of June, a lot of the statements still aren't here. Obviously the late notice on the sanitation was just that. Those June bills just showed up. So we will be seeing June bills for probably at least the next month.
Okay. All right. Well, does anyone have any questions? Do you have anything to add, Amy? I mean, I looked them over. There's nothing that stood out to me. Anybody else?
No, other than the two things that I've asked you guys for transfers on.
Yep. Okay. And we potentially could have more transfers later on when we get more bills in, I assume, but.
Well, the hope is that they won't go over their budgets. So I only have to come for transfers. Like I can't pay that sanitation bill without that transfer that I'm asking you guys for tonight, because it puts the department over budget. So a lot of lines, you'll notice there are places where lines are over budget, but that's okay as long as in total their operating hasn't gone over or their salaries haven't gone over. It's when they don't have enough in that section to be able to cover is when I have to really come for transfers. We'll do a big transfer at the end of the year, probably in September, where I make everything whole, moving things around within each of the departments. But those are different than the transfers I have to come for when I come to you guys.
Okay, sounds good. All right, anything else on town financial reports? Seeing none, we move on to 8B, BOE financial reports.
Now, we got a email from Kathy Simonelli letting you know that they didn't meet this week.
Yep.
So that they didn't have any financial reports for me to put in here.
Okay. Very good. We move on to 8C, transfers. And we have 2 of them.
There's technically 3, 2 sheets.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You had the one from earlier that you added in today or yesterday or whenever it was.
Yep.
So do we have a motion on transfer number 36 for fire services?
Sure. Barbara Patano, I make a motion to transfer $14,000 from fire incentive line to fire annuity.
And do we have a second?
Karen Christensen, I'll second.
And discussion. Yeah.
Do you guys want me to talk about it?
Well, yeah, just to clarify what that is.
Okay,
Yep.
so the past several years, apparently Broadbrook got behind in paying for their annuities, which is their version of a retirement plan. And so the past several years, they've used what they had left over in salaries to cover that. In the switch to Munis, they didn't have that ability because the annuities got moved to a benefit line where it should be, not a salary line where it was in the old system. So now the salaries weren't available to them, but he said that this payment that they're trying to make will catch them up. So he asked if I would come forward and ask you guys to use those extra salaries. It's really not salaries, it's the incentive program, but for money that wasn't paid to firefighters for coming to calls, he asked if I could send that over to annuities so they could pay that and get that caught up.
Okay, makes sense.
Further questions or discussion? Seeing none, we'll vote. Karen Christensen,
Yes.
Tom Lanzner,
Yes.
Tom Talamini,
Yes.
Barbara Patano.
Yes.
Okay, motion clearly passes. All right, now we have the 2 that were not part of the packet that were forwarded to us just recently. Transfer number 37 for sanitation.
So Barbara Patano, I'll make a motion to approve transfer number 37, moving $11,000 from electricity to collection.
Is there a second?
Tom Talamini, I'll second that.
All right, we are open for discussion. And you want to just fill us in on the details behind this, Amy?
Sure. So basically, with everybody being home, we are seeing a significant increase in our collection and our disposals. And there was also a price increase that went into effect in October of 19 for $20 a ton. So it went from 60-something dollars a ton to $83 a ton. And which is a 25% increase. And so when our last bill came in, and I think it was $23,000, there wasn't enough money in there to cover it.
Okay.
So we're going to see a spike. I'm not sure we'll have a problem next year. We did increase the budget based on what we were seeing trending, but I'm not sure if we increased it enough. And obviously it will depend how many months into this new year people are home.
Well, maybe they got everything cleaned out already. Who knows? So the collection is just because they had to make more trips to the truck, and disposal is by the ton for the dispose of everything, I take it.
I don't know what the difference is between the two. I don't know. Is Joe on?
No, there's a limited number of people on today that I can see.
Okay. So
Right.
I don't understand what the difference is, but yes, one of them is the actual, like the recycling of it, and the other one is the actual trash,
Okay,
I think.
very good. Any other questions? Seeing none, we'll vote. Karen Christensen,
Yes.
Tom Talamini, did it backwards.
Yes.
Tom Lanzner,
Yes.
Barbara Patano.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Transfer request number 38. We have a motion?
Sure. Barbara Patano, I make a motion to approve transfer number 38, moving $20,000 from electricity to the disposal line.
Do I have a second?
Karen Christensen.
Any further discussion? Alrighty, seeing none, we'll vote. All those in, can't do it that way. Karen Christensen,
Yes.
Tom Lanzner,
Yes.
Tom Talamini,
Yes.
Barbara Patano.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes.
So, the last minutes, the last transfer was 36, and then you started today with 36.
Oh, they should have been 34 and 35 last month.
Well, last month Jason added on those 2 extra ones that were 35 and 36.
Oh, so I guess we need to renumber them then. Or we'll make it a 36A if you don't care.
I mean, I could care less. I mean, we could do 36A and then 37 and 38. Is that all right?
That works.
Works for me.
All right.
Okay.
Good catch.
I thought I checked them and I thought they were 34 and 35.
I
Because
think
I
we had
could
another.
actually write up a transfer form to get completed, but
No, I have them actually right in front of me, and they started at 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36.
okay, that's fine. I don't have minutes yet. Nobody had minutes. They're not posted in the town clerk yet.
They should be on the website. I had a problem, all my minutes getting in, or I'm having a problem. So my email was completely hacked, and I've been fighting for 3 weeks about this, and we've come to the conclusion that it's so hacked that the hackers can't get into it either. So it's just null and void, my actual email. So I get nothing right now. But Amy, I'll email you tomorrow with my new email address.
Perfect.
Okay.
Very good.
And I'll send the minutes out, but we'll approve them. We'll put those approvals on for the next meeting we have.
All right, number 9, any other new business, which there's none listed, so I assume we have none. Moving on to unfinished business, the August meeting date.
I will be in Alaska.
Yep,
With,
So,
who's going to take care of
Geraldine
Denali?
My sister. But Geraldine said she's okay with canceling the meeting. We will not have final June numbers for you guys by then.
okay.
So, so I guess it's up to you, or we could think about the week after. I don't know what the Zoom looks like, or if we'll still be Zooming by then.
Yeah.
But I am back that 24th, I think is the Monday that I'm back at work.
Well, if there's, I mean, if it's like this one, I mean, where we don't have a lot, unless there's something pressing that comes up, I guess we could call a special meeting if we had to. Would that work?
Yeah, or I could wait until closer to it to cancel it.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably maybe the way to do it.
Okay.
So which one did we choose to do?
To cancel, but wait to notify it and notice it in case something comes up. So we don't want to cancel it if something comes up between now and August 6th when I leave.
So I guess we could do that. So, I mean, if we cancel, I mean, if something comes up before the 6th, you'll let us know and we'll have it. If not, we'll cancel.
Yep.
Agreed?
And I'll send you guys out a cancellation probably on the 5th.
Okay.
So that you have it and the town clerk gets it.
All righty. Anything else on the August meeting? All right. Moving on to 11 board member comments. Any comments?
I do.
Yes.
Barbara Patano. So I've been attending the Board of Education meetings. I have been remiss in providing my notes from that. So if you'll indulge me for a few minutes, I would like to do that. I attended their June 10th meeting where they recognized their quarterly students and Crystal Apple Award recipients. The board indicated that they had conducted an evaluation of Christine DeBarge, and they renewed her contract until 2023, and also gave her a 2.25% increase. They made note that Christine did not get a raise the prior year. They talked about summer school being remote and how school will be conducted in the fall. Back on June 10th, they said that although things were still up in the air, that the CIAC was calling for fall sports to be returned, and they were discussing posting coaching positions. They didn't bring anything up the meeting following that, so I'm not exactly sure where that was left off. On May 20th, I'm not sure if you were all aware, Kathy Bilodeau resigned from the Board of Ed. I think she had been a member for over 10 years. On the June 24th meeting, again, there was some awards given out. It's really impressive to have the students, even on Zoom, to have them there and having the principals there and speaking about, I mean, this is a big deal for them. This year's winners of the Central Advisory Board of Education Student Leadership Awards were Jared Witzke and Bushra Khan, and they were recognized by the board. There was a lot of discussion on that meeting on what was going to happen in the fall. There was a comprehensive plan that was released by Governor Lamont that the districts are to use as kind of a blueprint on what to do when they reopen. But I mean, things, as we're all aware, are changing by the week. So I'm looking forward to the next meeting to get a little bit more updated. Their meeting on July 8th was canceled. And I think they also canceled one of the ones in August. So I'm not anticipating anything until mid-August. And I'm sure that they'll have a lot more information at that time. Anybody have any questions?
No.
And Bill, if I can keep going.
Yeah.
I did want to bring something up. At our last meeting on June 17th, there was a transfer in the amount of $55,000 that we as a collectively accepted to move money from the CIP allocation to the town property renovations. We got that transfer request 2 days earlier, and how we got that, it was just on the transfer request itself. I'm not questioning whether it's a needed expense or an overdue project, or that their approval was probably needed right then and there to get it into the last fiscal year. What I'm concerned with, and what I think we all should be concerned with, is that there was no support documentation with that request. There was no bids, no estimates, nothing tangible to support or back up the request. It's the same reason that I was opposed to the splash pad additional money. It's that there's no backup for us to understand. $55,000 is a big number. And I think that if it was my business, I wouldn't be making a decision unless I could see something that explained what the money was going to be used for. And again, it's all in good faith. I know Jason had indicated if the project was not that much, he would give the money back, but it's just, we need to be the fiscal eyes of the town. And I think to approve anything without something tangible, I think it's a mistake on our part. And it really bothered me after the meeting. And I'm certainly not trying to lecture anybody. I'm just trying to let you know where I stand. And that I think that we need to be given enough time to digest the information and not just on a transfer request form. That's it.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else? All righty. Like I said, the next upcoming meeting would be August 19th, but likely to be canceled. And Amy will send a notice out on that. And with that, we can adjourn. Do you have a motion to adjourn?
Karen Christensen, I move that we adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second that, Tom Talamini.
Okay, all in favor, Karen Christensen,
Yes.
Tom Lansner,
Yes.
Tom Talamini,
Yes.
and Barbara Patano.
Yes.
All righty, meeting is adjourned, and we will talk in August, but most likely September.
Have a nice summer, everybody.
Yep, you too.
You too.
Be
Bye-bye.
cool.